Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm Dr. Kola B. As a psychologist, I study the intricate ways our past experiences shape our present connections. As a songwriter, I know the raw, vulnerable feeling of trying to open your heart again after it's been shattered. Today, we need to talk about one of the bravest, most terrifying, and most essential steps in healing: learning to love again after relationship trauma. Maybe you've survived a relationship marked by betrayal, manipulation, inconsistency, or emotional neglect. You've done the hard work. You've gone through the detox, the grieving. You're starting to feel like yourself again. And then someone new comes along, someone kind, someone consistent. And instead of feeling joy, all you feel is terror. Your mind races with what ifs. Your body tenses up. Every small gesture feels like a potential trap. You want to believe it's real, but your nervous system is screaming, danger, run. You feel broken, incapable of trust, and maybe even ashamed of your own fear. You ask yourself, will I ever be able to love normally again? Is this trauma going to define my future forever? I'm here to give you the clinical, unvarnished truth. You are not broken. Your fear is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of survival. Your system learned a powerful, painful lesson, and it hasn't forgotten. But healing is possible. Trust can be rebuilt slowly, carefully, and consciously. Today, we're going to dive deep into the science of how trauma impacts our ability to connect, and I'll give you a roadmap for how to navigate this incredibly vulnerable journey back to love. 1. Why trust feels impossible. Trauma's fingerprint on your nervous system. Let's start with why this feels so impossible. This isn't just in your head. Relationship trauma leaves a physical fingerprint on your nervous system. Think of your amygdala, your brain's smoke detector, as having been rewired by your past experience. In a healthy system, the smoke detector goes off when there's real fire. But after trauma, especially betrayal or inconsistency, your smoke detector becomes hypersensitive. It starts going off at the slightest whiff of smoke, or even just the memory of smoke. This is called hypervigilance. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for threats, looking for patterns that match the old danger. A partner being slightly distant isn't just having a bad day. Your brain screams, they're pulling away, just like the last one. A kind gesture doesn't feel like affection. It feels suspicious, like the love bombing phase before the devaluation. Even consistency can feel threatening because it's unfamiliar. Your system might think, this is too good to be true. When's the other shoe going to drop? This isn't a flaw in your character, it's a biological adaptation. Your system learned trusting closeness equals pain. It's trying to protect you by keeping you guarded. Furthermore, trauma disconnects us from our intuition. You can no longer easily tell the difference between a genuine red flag, your intuition saying this isn't right, and a trauma response, your hypervigilance saying this feels like the past, so it must be dangerous. Everything feels dangerous. I want to pause here, because if you have ever felt that internal war, that desperate wanting to trust someone new, but feeling physically unable to relax, unable to let go of the fear, go ahead and hit that like button. It's an acknowledgement that this isn't a choice. It's a deep physiological response rooted in survival. Second, the path forward. Healing is integration, not erasure. So how do you move forward? The first, most crucial step is radical self-compassion. You cannot hate yourself into healing. You cannot shame yourself for being afraid. Your fear is not the enemy. It is a wounded part of you that needs care, not judgment. Healing from relationship trauma is not about erasing the past. You will likely always carry the memory. Healing is about integrating the past. It's about reducing the emotional charge associated with those memories so they no longer dictate your present reactions. This process is not linear. There will be good days and bad days. There will be moments you feel brave and open, followed by moments you want to slam the door shut. This is normal. Progress isn't measured by a lack of fear. It's measured by your willingness to keep showing up for yourself despite the fear. We need to approach this with titration, a concept from trauma therapy. You don't flood yourself with exposure. You take small, manageable steps. You dip your toe into vulnerability, then retreat to safety, process, and regulate. Then, when you're ready, you dip your toe in again, maybe a little deeper. And if you are ready to commit to this brave, patient process, if you are ready to learn how to rebuild trust, starting with trust in yourself, then I invite you to hit that subscribe button. See it as a commitment to integrating your past and creating a future where love feels safe again. Third, building internal safety. First, your foundation. Before you can truly feel safe with someone else, you must cultivate a sense of safety within yourself. Your nervous system needs to learn that you can handle distress, that you won't abandon yourself. This is where self-regulation tools are non-negotiable. Grounding techniques. When fear spikes, bring yourself back to the present moment. Feel your feet on the floor. Name 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you can touch. This tells your amygdala, the threat is not here, not now. Somatic awareness. Trauma lives in the body. Pay attention to where you feel the fear, tight chest, clenched jaw. Breathe into that space. Gentle movement like stretching or yoga can help release stored tension. Your body needs to learn it can relax again. Mindfulness of thoughts. Notice the catastrophic thoughts. This will end badly. They're just like my ex. Acknowledge them without believing them. I notice I'm having the thought that this is unsafe. That's my trauma talking. What is the actual evidence right now? Professional support, therapy, especially trauma-informed therapy like EMDR or somatic experiencing, is crucial. A therapist provides a safe container to process the original wounds and learn new coping strategies. You don't have to do this alone. Building this internal foundation is paramount. You are becoming your own safe harbor. Fourth, dating. Again, the toe dip approach and corrective experiences. When you do feel ready to connect with someone new, it must be done with extreme care and intentionality. This is the toe dip approach. Pacing is everything. Go slow, slower than you think you need to. Resist the urge to dive in head first, even if the connection feels amazing. Trauma survivors are often drawn to intensity because it feels familiar. Learn to appreciate the calm. Set boundaries immediately. Clearly communicate your needs around space, communication frequency, and emotional vulnerability early on. How they respond to your boundaries is critical data. Someone safe will respect them. Someone unsafe will push against them. Listen to your body, not just the fear. Learn to differentiate. Does your gut feel tight with fear, a familiar trauma echo? Or does it feel unsettled with unease, genuine intuition that something is off? Practice checking in with your physical sensations. Allow for corrective emotional experiences. This is key. A corrective experience is when a new situation resembles the old trauma but has a different, safer outcome. For example, you express a need which was punished in the past, and the new person responds with kindness and understanding. These small, positive experiences, repeated over time, start to literally rewire the old fear pathways. Choose partners who are capable of providing these experiences, people who are patient, consistent, and emotionally aware. Communicate your needs when ready. You don't need to overshare your trauma story on the first date, but as trust builds, expressing your needs. Sometimes I get anxious when plans change. Suddenly, it helps if allows a safe partner to understand and support you. Their willingness to listen and adapt is crucial. Fifth, redefining love from chaos to calm. Part of healing is redefining what love and chemistry feel like. Trauma can wire us to associate the anxiety, the push-pull, the intense highs and lows with passion or deep connection. It feels familiar. Healthy, secure love often feels calm. It feels steady. It feels predictable. To a nervous system wired for chaos, this calm can initially feel boring or like something's missing. Your work is to retrain your system to recognize calm as safety, to learn that consistency isn't boring, it's reliable, that respect isn't lack of passion, it's the foundation for real intimacy. You are learning to trust peace. Sixth, you are not broken, you are protecting. Let's end where we began. You are not broken. Your fear does not mean you are incapable of love. Your guardedness is a testament to what you survived. Your capacity to love wasn't destroyed. It's just understandably protected behind high walls and a wary gatekeeper. Healing isn't about tearing down the walls overnight. It's about slowly, consciously deciding to lower the drawbridge just a little for someone who has proven they are safe enough to approach. It's about learning that you are the one in charge of the gate now. You get to decide who comes in, how fast, and how close. That control, rooted in self-awareness and self-respect, is the key to feeling safe enough to love again. This is Dr. Cola B. Thank you for being here and holding space for this vulnerable conversation. If this message resonated with your journey, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss our next conversation. And remember, your past does not have to be your future. Be patient with your heart. It's learning a new language, the language of safe connection. I'll see you next time.